What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy, Ooh, kind of boxing, coming at you with another boxing live stream. And man, you know, I want to talk about Mikey Garcia. You know, Mikey Garcia and Sandor Martin as well. We'll talk about Devin Haney and what's going on down at the lightweight division. You know, we just watched a heavyweight, a great heavyweight fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, man. But man, it's like the divisions are not fighting, and then the ones who are fighting, what I'm saying, there's uh, a clear advantage for one side, and then fighters are not wanting to take risks, and I'm not really. It just sours boxing when you have fighters who happen to win the belt. They happen to win the belt, man, and they don't want to take no risks like Teofimo Lopez, right? So Mikey Garcia, going back, what I'm saying, when he was at top rank, he got a bad deal, what I'm saying? He was winning, he was a fresh and up and coming talent, but what I'm saying, Bob did him wrong and put him on the shelf, right? So when he came back different. He came back trying to be smart, trying to cherry pick his fights, and he's a good fighter, but he's got a lot of wear and tear, right? So he comes back trying to play chess and trying to pick the fights where, you know, trying to pick the fights like picking Errol Spence Jr., right? He had no business in the ring with Errol Spence Jr., right? But he was trying to avoid that smoke with Lomachenko, and he was trying to avoid that smoke at 135. You see what I'm saying? Just like Kell Brook did when he was trying to avoid them fights with Errol Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman, and he went up and fought He went up and fought Triple G, right? So he went up to fight Triple G because you challenge, you daring to be great, and what's better to show your courage than to fight two weight classes up and you get beat? Nobody can blame you. So now, when you come back down and you got an eye injury, there's an excuse, a built-in excuse. So we see Mikey Garcia make the same kind of move. So these fighters, they watch each other and they learn. They learn from each other, right? So he did the same thing, and he moves up not two weight classes, but one because he was fighting at 140. I believe he fought Adrian Bronner at 140, and he fought a couple of fights at 140. So he moved up one weight class and fought Errol Spence Jr. and he got a beating, right? He got a pure beating for 12 rounds, you know, and I believe, like everybody else saying on the net right now, that fight took a lot out of Mikey Garcia, right? Because right now, and not only that, but the inactivity is killing Mikey Garcia. And he's so arrogant. You would think that after you get beat, after what I'm saying, a fight on a big stage, you would think that you would be humble, but it made him even more arrogant because fighting the best, what I'm saying, you get a little reputation, but damn, you didn't hold your own in that fight. You didn't hold your own in that fight. You just didn't get knocked out, right? You went in there and you played defense. the entire night. You didn't even try to win. Yeah, you threw a couple of punches. You know what I'm saying? But the rest, you was just trying to block Errol Spence offense all night long. So you walk around like you won the fight. And that's what I don't understand about this era of boxers. You know, they want some kind of weird victory for everything they do on the losing side, right? And then when they do obtain a belt, they want to keep it. They want to cherry pick, and they want to fight only fights they know they can win. Right now, that's not all. That's not everybody, but you only get credit for fighting your equals with a belt or without a belt. Okay? You know, for everybody that says, you know, everybody's calling everybody a fanboy, but look at what the fighters are doing in their careers, and you look at who they are fighting. This is how you judge a great fighter. See, we're looking to see who come out the batch as a great fighter, not just a good fighter who's cherry picking around and trying to stay on top by fighting lesser competition. Now, I'm not talking about anybody in particular right now. But I'm just giving you the philosophy and the theory of what real traditional boxing fans look for and why this era is so aggravating. Right? Okay? So, you know, you want to see the best fighters fight the very best fighters, and that's not happening. What's happening is the best fighters are not fighting the best fighters, but yet calling themselves the best. That's the problem. That's why you have all these different weird boxing fans, you know, trying to tear down, you know, fighters who are actually trying to be the best, right? Because there's there's steps in the way. There's blocks in the way, right? You know, you have promotional companies in the way, and yet you have fans that are just making up narratives that are not true, and it's just misinformation flying everywhere. But real traditional boxing fans, we just looking at the facts. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you like, the facts are the facts, bro. The truth is the truth. And a lot of people don't like the truth because they know their favorite fighter, is on some bullshit. And I can't stand here and let boxing fans lie about what's going on in boxing, right? Just because certain fighters, certain fans like certain fighters, right? You got to be consistent and truthful throughout, right? You can't just lie for your favorite fighter, knowing that they either they haven't fought the best competition, you know, two, they're not looking to fight the best competition, you know what I'm saying? Three, they don't want to be the best, you know what I'm saying? They just want to be on top and in the conversation, somebody like a Keith Thurman, right? So I look at Mikey Garcia, and he kind of reminds me of a fighter like this. Like he wants to be, you know, he wants to be in the upper echelon, but he done lost his eye of the tiger, right? But he wants to get paid big money, right? But he don't want to take big risks, you know. See, when he fought Errol, that was a calculated move, you know what I'm saying? Because he know after a good showing with Errol Spence Jr., which really wasn't a good showing, but you know what I'm saying, he was supposed to lose that fight. He was supposed to lose that fight to Errol Spence Jr. So for him, he capitalized off that. And look how many fights Mikey Garcia got because he looked like somebody who was beatable. He looked like somebody who would give you a pretty good fight. He's fundamentally sound. And he made a lot of money off losing to Errol Spence Jr. Now, I'm not saying that's not smart business, but what I'm saying is it's not good for boxing, right? And a lot of these fighters are making business moves instead of legacy boxing moves. And that's why the sport feels like it's dying. Because no fighters, except for I see Devin Haney, I see Earl Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying? Let me see, was Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Really trying to be the best. Trying to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, they just doing what they do. They just going with the flow. You know, they just going with the flow. They fighting who's in front. They're not calling out nobody. They're not trying to beat the person who's supposed to be the best in the league or in the land. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to do that. You know what I mean? And if you're really just down the line truthful about it all, you understand what I'm saying. It's true. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be sitting up there, you know, trying to protect your favorite fighter because this is not what's going on in boxing today. And Mikey Garcia, so he wouldn't fight Regis Prograde, right? Which would have been a great fight. He wouldn't fight Regis Prograde, which we know he is an excellent fighter at 140. And you know he lost his titles to what's his name, Josh Taylor. So he lost his belt to Josh Taylor, but he's still a good fighter. So that's too big of a risk for Mikey Garcia. So he takes his ass on and he tries to fight somebody he thinks is lesser, you know, and it's Sandor Martin dude. Never heard of him. Some dude from Spain, never fought outside of Europe. And I am so happy to see Mikey Garcia get his ass whipped for cherry picking. Man. And not only did he lose, but he got his ass beat for 12 rounds. Got his ass tore up for 12 rounds. I was happy to see that. Because Mikey Garcia should have fought Regis Prograde. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a fight that I would have paid to see. I didn't pay to see that goddamn zone fight. To see him fight Sandor Martin. Who wants to see that? But I'm glad it turned that way it did because he's trying to be selective and he's trying to cherry pick and he's trying to be smart. You know what I'm saying? And that's good for his ass. You know what I'm saying? He got outboxed. You know what I'm saying? He got beaten to the punch. You know what I'm saying? He got outsmarted. You know what I'm saying? He come in there thinking that this dude was just another easy payday. And see, you know, and now he knows. You know, the guy never fought a world class opponent like Mikey Garcia, and look what happened to him. Shit blew up in his face. So we can say that, you know, the fight with Errol Spence Jr. took something out of him, but he thought that because of his pedigree, he was gonna go in there and just beat the guy, and that was gonna be that. All right. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, you forgot that some people are really hungry in boxing. Some people in boxing will beat you because they're hungry, they're in shape, they're professionals, and they're pros, right? Somebody didn't tell Sandor Martin that he was supposed to lose this fight. Nobody told him that. Nobody told him he was supposed to go down in the fourth round. That's what Mikey Garcia thought he was going to land that right hand power shot, that 1-2 shit he do. And he thought he was just going to go in there and beat shit out dude. And he was going to see the Mikey Garcia black hat come up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was going to be like, oh my God, he's a 4-division champion. I might as well just lay down. I ain't even got a chance. Now that dude went in there He said, I'm from Europe and Spain, whatever you from. He said, I'm gonna whip your ass, Mike. And Mike went in there and he found out that boxing is real. He forgot. He must have forgot. He probably was thinking about buying him another Lamborghini and buying his grandfather another truck. That's probably what was on his mind. That he wanted to, somebody he wanted to impress. You know what I'm saying? Get him a couple of more million up in the bank. What he was gonna do with the money. Now he got the money, but he also took an ass whipping with him, and that's great because we got to get these kind of fighters up out of the box, right? Because the spirit of boxing is dying, right? So moving on to Devin Haney situation, right? There's no way, there's no way in the world we should have this many light heavyweight, not heavyweight, lightweights. There's no way in the world we should have this many fighters. Tank Davis, we got Ryan Garcia. Oh, and that's I can spend a whole hour talking about that fool. Ryan Garcia, right? You got Teofimo Lopez. You got Lomachenko, right? And you got coming up in the rear, you got Shakur Stevenson, right? These guys should have been mixed it up. With JoJo Diaz in there, there's no reason why we shouldn't have a fight every other month. But because they're on the buddy buddy system over there at the Golden Boy, and they got this rivalry going on between the promoters. They don't want to see their fighters get beat, and the fighters themselves don't want to fight. Man, I have never seen this before in boxing, right? So Ryan Garcia has already pulled out. I repeat, he has already pulled out of his fight with JoJo Diaz. Everybody's seen it coming. Nobody was excited about the fight when they mentioned it because we already knew that Ryan Garcia was going to pull out the fight, right? I think Ryan Garcia, he would jump off a building and fall on a fence before he fight a real fight again. He saw Luke Campbell and thought he was food, and he still almost got knocked out in that damn fight. So if he fight a real fighter, somebody like JoJo Diaz, that's too big a risk for Ryan Garcia because he don't want to hurt his face, so he could take selfies for Instagram. Okay, he wants to be on TikTok dancing and playing with girls and stuff. He don't want to box, right? But he want to talk trash. You know what I'm saying? Now he's a world class trash talker now. You know what I'm saying? He got a belt in trash talking. But when it comes to fighting Devin Haney, Tank, or Teofimo Lopez, you can forget about that because that's nowhere near what he's trying to do. He's just trying to use boxing as a vehicle to get fame and be a celebrity, and that's what's going on right now. Because Teofimo Lopez, he beat Lomachenko last year, but man, don't it seem like it's been 3 years, bro? He's been living off that fight. He's been living off the fame of beating Lomachenko to put other fighters down like Devin Haney, Tank, and JoJo Diaz, and to keep himself aloof. He won't even fight Lomachenko again, right? He already talking about he's not gonna fight that fight because he don't want to fight nobody that might beat him, right? Yeah, everywhere he goes, his fans cheer him like he's somebody to be cheered for. To me, he ain't shit, right? To me, he ain't shit. When you are in a position and you the champion and you don't want to fight nobody, that tells me you just lucked out and won one fight and you're afraid that somebody's gonna take your little belt. But it's not only the belt for T.O., it's the celebrity of being the champ. It's the prestige of having the belts, and he don't want to lose that, right? And he haven't even fought George Cabozos yet, man. He may go in there and whip your ass, right? He may go in there and whip your ass, right? And you talking all this stuff, calling Devin Haney, the N word and stuff like that, right? So they met and talked trash, and Devin Haney ran up on him, to let him know, hey, just like in the Rocky movies, you know what I'm saying? You run up on the person you want to fight. And so Tio, he's so busy trying to look brave and tough, you know what I'm saying? But everything he's done is fake and it's cap. You know what I mean? Nothing has worked out with this guy as champion. So to me, he's just a con artist, who's trying to hold on to the belt as long as possible. And he's going to keep it out of reach as long as possible. He's going to play politics. He's going to do what he can because he don't care what it looks like on the outside. All he cares is about he has the belt and he's going to talk shit. Long as he got the belt, nobody else can take it from him. Long as he don't fight him, and that's how he's looking at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most pussy punk ass way of being a champion. So I don't understand how these guys have fans because by old tradition he need to be fighting Teofimo Lopez or he need to be trying to go after Tank. Why is he not trying to run down Tank or Devin Haney? George Kambosos is not going to do your career any good. But the reason why he's choosing George Kambosos is because he think that's a less of a risk. He think he can just run through George Kambosos. So now what we've seen from Mikey Garcia with the Sandor Martin fight, what we've learned is that you can cherry pick and it can go wrong. It can turn on you. So George Kambosos might end up beating Teofimo Lopez. So what's going to happen if that happens? Oh man, the apple cart will be turned upside down. It'll be ugly. It'll be terrible. So the WBC has to get things in order. They need to stop being minions, being minions of Canelo Alvarez, being minions of their Mexican champions, the Latino champions, and just be a sanctioning body for everybody, right? Because it's becoming too apparent that they're catering to Ryan Garcia, they're catering to Jojo Diaz, they're catering to Canelo Alvarez, they're catering to these guys, and they should be fighting everybody. So the WBC is like an umbrella for Mexican fighters. It's like an umbrella protection, right? So you want to see Devin Haney. He's trying to do what he can do. He's running up on people. You know what I'm saying? In front of the cameras. Hey, when you gonna fight me? When are you gonna fight me? But they're trying to act like you're nobody. You haven't done nothing. He fought Linares. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know right there. And the performance was great. That's a great performance. You know what I'm saying? For a person who's supposed to be nobody, because Linares is not a slouch in the ring. He is a great champion, right? And for somebody of Devin Haney's stature to get that name on his resume puts him up there. And you know that, Teofimo Lopez, you know that. But you wants to keep this narrative going when everybody can see with their eyes, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who's going to fight Devin Haney? They're already talking about Devin Haney fighting Josh Taylor or Regis Prograis. I don't want to see Devin Haney move up to 140. I don't want to see him move up to 140 when there's so many great fights at 135. I want to see Devin Haney fight Tank. I would rather see Devin Haney fight Tank than Teofimo Lopez. You know, because I think those two are the most talented at 135. I think those two are going to offset each other, right? And Teofimo Lopez, he's letting his moment go by. He's letting his moment go by because the longer he waits to fight these fights, the worse it's going to be for him, right? Because can anybody say in the boxing world, can anybody say they see Teofimo Lopez going up to 140 and beating Regis Prograis or Josh Taylor? Can anybody see that? I don't think so. You can see, to me, Teofimo Lopez looked like the type of dude who you can break with a couple of punches and pressure. You seen when Lomachenko was putting that pressure on him in the second half, it looked like Teofimo wanted to run up out of that ring. It looked like he did not want to be there, right? When Loma started turning up on him. Now imagine if that was Tank. If that was Tank in there and he started applying that pressure, man, Lopez would have to do a Zab Judas. He would have to hit you. He would have to commit a foul or have to hit you in the balls or something. That's what he had to do, like Zab Judah did Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Because his ego can't take it. That's what Teofimo Lopez seemed to be to me. Seemed like he would be like, if he fought Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Because they have such bad blood. And I don't know why it is that Teofimo Lopez is so threatened by Devin Haney. But you can see it all over his face. That he goes overboard and he puts on extra, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Devin Haney. And this is just my opinion, but I think he knows that Devin Haney will beat him. Or he knows that that's his biggest problem, right? Because I really don't see him, talking to Tank or about Tank. He just says that he'll beat all of them, and but he got the most worst insults for Devin Haney, and maybe that's because he got the WBC, the real WBC belt. Maybe that's what it is, and that's what's keeping him from being undisputed. Because that's what it is. He's not undisputed because there's a dispute. Because Devin Haney has the WBC. That's dispute. That's dispute right there. So you're not undisputed, bro. And I don't know why. Why is it that Teofimo dad is always louder than the son? You know what I'm saying? These dudes. Even Devin Haney dad. They all need to chill out. You know what I'm saying? They need to chill out because they acting like they gonna fight, which I would pay to see that. Tell you the truth. I would pay to see Bill Haney versus Teofimo dad. That would be a good fight. That would be excellent. You know what I'm saying? At this point, that's probably the only fight that's the only fight that's gonna happen between them two. Is the dads going at it. Because Teofimo Lopez is always on some bullshit when it comes to fighting the best. And I don't think we're going to get that out of him. I think he wants to go up to 140. I think he want to forego anybody at 135. He don't want to give them an opportunity to be able to fight for the belts. He don't want to get beat by anybody at 135 until he can parlay up to 140 and go for 140. See, he can take a loss from Josh Taylor, but he can't take no loss from people he's been talking shit about, right? I can't. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember him talking shit about Josh Taylor, who said that he needs to get that WBC strap from Devin Haney. That's what Josh Taylor said. He said he has unfinished business. So, and Regis Prograde, you know he's not going to fight Regis Prograde. Hell no. Regis Prograde go in there, it's, you know what I'm saying? You know, Regis Prograde got that power. You know what I'm saying? Plus he come forward and he knows how to move that head and get on the inside. Come on, man. Come on, he's not fighting no Regis Prograde. That's not happening. So I'm just kind of down on boxing right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of down because these fighters they're not cut from the same cloth, bro, as the old fighters. You know what I'm saying? Who wanted to be the best, who wanted to, you know what I'm saying, who wanted to fight the best. These dudes, they're doing everything they can to fight the lesser competition to stay on top of the game. Right? And I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You know, you dudes out there that keep on making up stories and trying to twist and spin, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing boxing any good, bro. Because it don't change nothing. Everybody know what the truth is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You keep trying to make up stories. Oh, that fighter ain't trying to do this. This fight, come on, man. Stop that bullshit. Stop the bullshit, man. It's like, what do you think? You on Fox News or something? You think you're a Fox News anchor or something? You know, I just listen. That's when I just turn off your channel and you start all that propaganda bullshit because there's no need to lie. There's really no need. You're just a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? You're just a boxing fan, bro. No need to tell no damn lies. No need to tell a story. So, Devin Haney is doing it right, man. And it's just a shame that he haven't had a couple of fights already this year. We got JoJo Diaz. There's no excuse now that Ryan Garcia has pulled out the fight, bro. It should have been this. They should have took over the date. They should have took over that date that they're supposed to fight Ryan Garcia on, and they just switched to Devin Haney. But every time Devin Haney mentioned, they always talking about, you know, he didn't send no contracts, or he didn't do this, or he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know that's cap. We all know that's cap, right? The man is trying to fight the best, and he's a champion. And he's a champion. But because of his skills in the ring, because he has boxing skills, he got speed, you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to take the loss. And that's why you're unwatchable, bro. That's what makes boxing suck, because you don't want to get in there with the champion. And you don't want to lose. I'm talking about JoJo Diaz, Teofimo Lopez, right? Talking about these guys. They don't want to take no loss. Hell, I can't wait till Shakur Stevenson get up there and see what kind of champion he gonna be if he beat Jamel Herring, which I believe he will. I want to see Colbert get up into the mix. Chris Colbert, weird as he is with the pink hair. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see how his skill translate, which, you know, he has a lot of skill, but he don't have a lot of pop on his punches. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he got enough pop on his punches to keep Tank honest. I don't think he has enough pop on his punch to keep any of the top guy, except for maybe Ryan Garcia. I think he'll beat the shit out of Ryan Garcia because he's a damn Instagram model. Right? Matter of fact, man, nobody wants to talk about Ryan Garcia right now. Nobody wants to talk about Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? The boxing playboy, because he's playing boxing. Right? Or is he cycling? Maybe he's cycling and he can't get the shit down. You know what I'm saying? He's got to get the perfect time so when he gets tested, he can pass that test. See, there's a lot of that going on in boxing too. See, especially over there in that Canelo camp, we already know, and they're gonna allow it to happen. They're going to allow it to happen because that's what's going on. It's been going on for years, you know. People juicing and throwing 1,000 punches around, and you know what I'm saying. Got steam at the end of the fight. Just keep throwing punches forever. You know what I'm saying. Got extra power. You know what I'm saying. We've seen this. You know what I'm saying. We've seen it for years, right? But now when they get caught, people want to just throw it to the side. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He's not doing it this fight. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because now they're just getting smarter about it. They're just getting more, you know, savvy in how they use PEDs, bro. And, you know, these people are just amoral, bro. And they don't want to fight the fighters who can overcome that with their athletic ability. They're not going to fight anybody who can overcome PEDs with their athletic ability, right? Somebody like a Tank, you might be on PEDs or Devin Haney because he used pure boxing skills anyway. You know, and these guys are super light and fast. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably not going to be able to hit them anyway. So Tank, he's going to be fighting, you know, Rolly Romero. And that's, you know, that's a trash fight. But I'm interested to see it just because Rolly Romero talks so much shit. That's why I want to see it. But as far as a boxing match goes, what it's going to really do for Tank Davis? Nothing. Not a darn thing. And Teofimo Lopez, he's stretching out this Camboso fight. I mean, they've canceled it like, 5 times? 5 times, bro. Now, I think it's set at November, 27th? Right? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not with it, bro. I just been kind of down on it, y'all. And but I'm gonna be back. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make this a short live stream and just put it out there that I'm happy. Mikey Garcia got his ass whipped and cherry picking. I'm glad to see, you know, that will humble him so he knows that he's not elite. You know what I'm saying? He can just pump his chest back in. You know what I'm saying? Pump his brakes. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to talking down on other fighters. Oh, another thing, yeah, Sean Porter, you know, talking shit on Deontay Wilder. You know, I'm gonna say that for another live stream. You know, Sean Porter and, you know, Jamel Charlo. I'm gonna save that for another live stream. Cause them two right there, man, those two right there, when it comes to a camera in front of their face, man, they're gonna say something wacky. They're gonna say something totally outside of their business, really. But that's all I got for right now. Just wanted to make this a short live stream. This has been Cool Counter Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next. Peace.